Hey guys, welcome to the Process and Progress podcast. Okay, so for today's episode, it's a little bit story time for us, and I'll just tell you how I ended up here, how I ended up being a content creator, how I ended up being a creative entrepreneur despite all the things that I have in the past. The background that I have in terms of education is really not that close to the things that I do right now. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, let's start with my dream. Actually, back then, I'm really into like filming. During our high school, we did like some short films. I did a lot of like editing na alala ko before. May mga times na nag-edit pa ako sa Movie Maker. And then I graduated from Movie Maker, then transitioned to like Sony Vegas. I explored animation as well since I really love doing animation. Back then, I dreamed of doing a short animation film like Dan Stevers so for our church. Kaya nag-try ako na mag-aral ng animation. So, doon ko nakilala yung After Effects. And ito yung nakakatawa. Kala ko kasi before, madali lang gumawa ng animation. Click mo lang dito or i-command mo lang na gusto mo ng ganito. May plugin na for that. Kala ko ganun lang siya kadali. Yun pala, you really need to do your art, do your motion from scratch. So, from there, nakahiligan ko siya. Nag-try ako mag-explore how I will do things and how I will make these things up. And dun ko na-try mag-motion graphics. Kung mapapansin nyo, I'm really into editing stuff. High school pa lang, nag-edit na kami. I'm doing like visual effects. Nauso pa noon yung mga classmates ko, pinifilm ko na kunwari nagkakami-kami-ha, then nalagyan ko ng visual effects. So, doon ako nag-start na maging interesado sa ganitong industry. But, syempre, since nasa province tayo, back then, province pa yung Bacoor, sabi nila talaga mas okay or maraming pera sa accounting. And tama naman. I mean, actually, yun yung talaga reason ko. Gusto ko maging like yung office guy na nakapolo, pag pumasok, naka-tie, tapos naka-blazer. So, yun yung parang pangarap ko lang talaga din. Syempre, magkaroon ng enough income for me to sustain our lives and also to fulfill my dreams and other dreams aside from like career path. I ended up taking accounting. To make the long story short, I ended up enrolling in Colegio de San Juan de Letran. So let's go to my school journey. So that's my dream back then. Makapagsuot nga ng tie, pumasok lang sa office ng nakapolo, tapos naka-blazer. It's really just simple dream. And to have enough income for me and my family. Nag-enroll nga ako sa Letran and di ko akalain na dito ma-hone ng sobrang laki yung gusto ko sa buhay. I have friends within our like program sa accounting. Shout out to my classmates back then. Talagang na-enjoy ko yung college life ko. I've been part of Letran cheering squad. So, yung mga naka-jacket pag nag-halftime. So, pumunta kami doon. I tried being like a member of a student council. Then, from that, naging first position ko is since accounting nga yung tinitake ko, naging auditor ako ng student council. But, kasi nga, yung circle namin nun is like multimedia arts, communication arts students, so broadcasting, journalism. Mas lalo pang na, yung, alam mo yun, yung passion ko into photography, videography, mas na-discover ko pa doon. And nauso nga yung same day edit nun sa events. Like, uso na sa weddings, right? But noon time na yon yung events like sa school, wala pang same day edit nun eh. So we tried also, we tried to do those things and na-enjoy namin siya. Na-enjoy ko mag-edit. I tried to like edit some OBB to our good friends, and I tried to edit some documentaries as well to help other classmates or schoolmates. Tapos may mga times na syempre sa subject ng humanities, philosophy, or even other subjects like English, nagkakaroon din ng mga like side projects na may film kami even sa program namin na accounting. It's really fulfilling to have those things na nag-pile up to aspire myself to become something. But back then, syempre, naglalaban siya kasi nga I'm doing accounting stuff. Then, I'm also like doing film and multimedia design. So, gusto ko pa nun na maging CPA lawyer kasi na-fascinate kami dun sa achievements nung prof namin. And sabi ko, parang ang saya maging CPA lawyer. Pero as time goes by, mas lalo akong nag-enjoy sa ginagawa ko sa creative industry. Back then, hindi pa uso yung word na content creation. Late Lloyd Cadena. Lloyd is one of our good friend and also college mate sa Letran. Yun, nag-vlog na talaga siya noon. Naalala ko, LC Learns, ginagawa niya na. Nung nag-start siya mag-vlog, nag-vlog na din kami sa Letran. Tapos nag-try na rin kami kasi nga Casey Neistat is doing that thing na tapos nasundan ni Will Dasovich dito sa Pilipinas. Yun, dun siya lalong parang, uy, parang gusto ko tong ginagawa ko. No? So, ano pa siya, parang, okay, back of my mind, hindi, okay lang to as a hobby. Pero gusto ko pa rin maging CPA lawyer. There's this time na kailangan ko maging like I need to work sideline sa school nung bandang third year ako, mag-fourth year college, then 5 years ang program sa Letran for accounting. So, yung ika-fourth year ko, actually third year to fourth year to fifth year eh. So, third year, nag-start akong mag-sideline as a multimedia designer sa isang company. So, one of our mentors, Kuya Arvin, sabi niya, sige, try mo lang ito, sideline, kung gusto mo. Yeah, we need this kind of guy here. So, sabi ko, wala namang masama. So, yeah, go ako. Tapos, noong time na yun, naalala ko, pang-edit ko pa, like, may laptop na i5. Tapos, hindi talaga siya pang-edit, guys. Pagka nag-edit ako ng video and also animation doon, kailangan ko mag-intay ng matagal just to render and export a thing. Like a 30-seconder content from that. Doon ako nagsimula. Then, after that, nung na-hire ako, sabi nga ni Kuya Arvin noon, and Sir Arvin back then, nung boss ko pa siya, sobrang risk taker ko, ang taas ng risk appetite ko. Kasi after me being hired as their multimedia designer, I asked him already na, Kuya Arvin, is it possible for me to be in this company for a year? Kasi back then, syempre, kinausap ko yung nanay ko na yung kalahati ng sweldo ko doon, pwede ba bumili ako ng laptop tapos hulug-hulugan ko. So, nangyari naman siya. Tapos yung kalahati nyon, allowance ko, share ko sa bahay, share ko sa tuition. And yeah, nag-workout naman siya for about years. And actually, after I graduated, natuloy pa siya. Then, ayun, nagbunga naman yung yung sideline ko na yun. And doon ko lalong na-enjoy nga yung content creation and tsaka yung pagiging creative person. Going back doon sa laptop na iniisip ko nabilin nun. Kasi nga syempre, once I edit doon sa laptop na meron ako, which is laptop pa ni Papa nun, mabagal talaga. And hindi siya talaga pang-edit eh. But glory to God kasi inalaw niya na makabili ako nung MacBook back then, way back 2015. I'm really happy kasi syempre investment yon. Tapos yung workflow ko mas naging mabilis. Doon ko nakita yung importance ng efficiency. Although kailangan ko rin maging effective, pero iba pa rin yung nabibigay kapag efficient ka sa pag-work mo. Since I'm juggling both studies and work, mas mabilis na laptop meaning mas marami akong time na makapag-aral din. So after that, nag-sideline ako, nakagraduate ako ng accounting. Hindi ako nag-apply as like multimedia design, hindi ko pinursu yun. I tried to use my program to acquire work after I graduated. Naging outsourced employee ako sa Bangko Sentral. Tapos, for a year. So, 1 year yon. And na-enjoy ko naman. Pero may opportunity na dumating na nung time na yon, sabi ko, pag tinanggap ko to, no turning back na. Kasi syempre, in terms of like my background, makikita na sa resume na, dito ka na nag-start na mag-sway kasi syempre graduate ka ng accounting. Tapos itong work na papasukan ko, which is a digital marketing executive, parang handle ko yung digital marketing nila as a whole. Startup to. Syempre, tinanggap ko siya kasi una sa lahat, maganda yung pay. Syempre, kailangan ko rin ng pera nung time na yon. So, tinanggap ko siya. But things went down nung time na medyo nagkaroon ng problema. So, I need to really immediately resign to that company. And that work is the reason why I went to Canon Philippines, which I stayed for 5.5 years. So as like a multimedia designer for 3 years, juggling together with my work and my student life. Tapos naging 1 year financial assistant ako sa Bangko Sentral as outsourced employee. Tapos yun nga yung almost 6 months kong experience as a digital executive. Hindi ko akalain na those experience magre-result siya na makalanda ko ng job sa Canon Philippines. And I still remember our director back then, si Sir Benny. Eto, medyo nakakatuwa lang yung kwento na to kasi I think I claim it na God really provided this work for me during that time. It was my lowest point kasi yeah, I need to really immediately resign. Tapos walang pera naman ng time na yun. And anticipate ko yung sahod back then. And hindi pala siya like forever. During that time, hindi ko akalain na mapasasama ako dun sa lineup. Kasi syempre, sino ba naman yung katulad ko na di naman ako graduate ng multimedia design. And I know there are a lot of talented people out there na talagang mas deserving. So, syempre, kailangan ko ng trabaho. So, I passed my resume, my CV, then nagulat ako. Tinawagan ako sa, okay ka ba na for an interview, ganyan. So, yeah, punta naman ako. Tapos originally, dadaan ako sa 3 stage ng interview. 4 pala sila. First is yung HR. I-evaluate ako. I-endorse ako. Papunta dun sa first interviewer, second interviewer, then last interviewer si Sir Benny, which is their director back then. In-interview ako ni Sir Calvin. Shout out to Sir Calvin Calvo. So, in-interview niya ako. Pero, that time ng interview ko, biglang wala yung first 2. Which is, I remember, it should be Sir Tony. Shout out to Tony Cuesta. And Sir Loki, which is busy. May event kasi sila nun and may mga meetings. So, busy sila. Kailangan na akong interviewin. I still remember kailangan na akong interviewin. Tapos, diretso kay Sir Benny. Then, all I have back then is first prayers na, syempre, makuha ko yung trabaho kasi kailangan ko nung time na yun. And second is my portfolio, which talagang inaffortan ko. Kasi as someone na hindi naman graduate ng digital media, hindi graduate ng fine arts, hindi graduate ng multimedia design or something related na required nila, mas kailangan ko mag-effort, di ba? Mas kailangan kong ibigay yung best ko. Mas kailangan ko i-prove yung sarili ko na deserve ako dun sa position na yun. So, present ko yun. Kinakabahan ako kasi baka makita niya na, graduate ka pala ng accountancy. Ba't nag-apply ka sa position na to Alam mo namang misalign. Yun yung kinakabahan ako. Pero alam nyo, kaya sinasabi ko na this is a God-given position already. Una niyang tinanong is, where's your portfolio? So, pinakita ko. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na sobrang galing ko nung time na yun, kaya ako nalang yun. Okay lang. Just enough for that position na kailangan nila. Okay yung portfolio ko. Fit. Perfect timing. Ito yung hinahanap talaga nila. So, okay na. Tapos, dun niya nakita na graduate ako ng accounting. I believe if nauna niya makita yung accounting bago yung portfolio, medyo may 50-50 yung chance Pero nauna niya yung portfolio, then tinanong niya yung workflow ko, ano yung how I do things, how I like conceptualize, how I really came up with those ideas together with my previous employers. Then after that, dun yung nakita yung position ko. So, I think magiging iba yung result if other way around yung nangyari. But that's how I landed my job at Canon. Then after that, kailangan ng NBI, Pag-ibig, SSS, PhilHealth. To tell you honestly, sabi ko noon 2 weeks yan magte-take pero kailangan na nila like sabi ni Sir Calvin nun, kaya mo ba ito ma-fulfill like Wednesday or Thursday? In-interview ako Monday, parang ganun, Tuesday. So, nung una parang imposible kasi 2 weeks ang, di ba? Usually 2 weeks bago mo makuha yung mga documents Pero sabi ko, sige po, I'll try. Pero siya, sabi naman niya, kahit partial lang, pero no pressure. Pero kailangan rin naman nila talaga yung document na yun. So, trinay ko rin naman as like due diligence from my end. Di ko in-expect na mafulfill namin ni Mama. Kasama ko si Mama noong time na yun. Mafulfill namin yung lahat ng requirement like 2 days. After my interview, pumunta ako sa clinic partner nila para magpa-medical. Tapos sabi nila, after that, Talagang smooth, walang pila no'n, dire-diretso tapos ako agad. Ta's after that tinawagan ko na yung nanay ko na, "Ma, kailangan ko ng ganitong ganyan. O sige punta ka sa barangay hall after that medical and, apply ka na agad ng ganito, yung mga documents." So punta ako barangay hall ta's kinabukasan punta ng office sa'min para sa police clearance and other documents nung time na yun. Then second day namin after my interview, second day, whole day, na-fulfill namin lahat. Nakuha ko. NBI ko meron pa pala ako. So, hindi na ako na kailangan magpunta ng NBI kasi valid pa yung NBI ko that time. So, ayun. Kaya I believe that Lord really gave that position to me because all things work like perfectly. I cannot explain but it went smoothly. Ganun ko siya ma-describe. After that, ang bilis. Hindi ko akalain na like 5 years ako sa Canon. Actually, to be honest, my only goal is to have a like full 2 years of experience. Makita ko lang kung paano ba nag-work sa isang corporate setup, paano ba yung how a multimedia designer talaga works and learn from my colleagues back then. Kasi syempre, hindi lang naman ako yung empleyado nun. So, matututo ako sa iba. So, I learned from Ali, I learned from Noni, I learned from Alex, I learned from, Makoy, shout out to Makoy, I learned from Mayan, I learned from Nika, marami, I learned from Mina, marami akong natutunan sa mga naka-work ko doon. And marami rin ako natutunan sa superiors ko doon. Nauna kong naging boss back then is si Miss Joanna. Which is, to tell you honestly, syempre pag Canon gusto mo doon ka sa camera department, no? But other way around yun nangyari. Napunta ako sa printer department. Which I fell in love with the work that I have during that time. Kasi it brings like the creativity. Kasi in terms of printer, mas creative yung kailangan na concept namin noon, like mga campaigns namin, kailangan catchy, vibrant, creative looking kasi we do arts and craft, we do different kind of things for the printer, so very creative and I really love my work there. I mean, as a designer for printer department. Then after that, napunta ako sa camera department and printer department. So half-half. Then tsaka ako naging lead for both camera and printer. So that's my development sa Canon. Tapos nung naging like team lead for creatives, actually I need to juggle between my work as a creative guy and also do some project management for the team. And one thing that struck me dun sa sinabi ni Sir Anvin na ayaw niya na nag-work beyond 5. Although nung pandemic, hindi namin siya maiwasan kasi sobrang dami talaga ng work. But nung nag-onsite na, we tried to implement those things dun sa creative department. And naging okay naman siya. I believe na na-establish naman namin yung job order system din, which sana hindi na-hate ng ibang department kasi syempre it really controls you but it makes life more organized and I believe then na napufulfill namin yung requests on time and even in advance. So, yeah, I felt like those things really contributed something to me na kung paano ako nag-work ngayon. And one thing is being efficient and effective and also being a team player is key if you really want to help the team. There are like experience din sa Canon na hindi ko akalain na may experience ko. So, may mga hard times din. And it hones me to be a better person. Hindi ko masasabi na 100% perfect yung stay ko sa Canon. It might be 90%, but I really love the working environment there. But what I can say is 101%, it really contributed extra to my growth as a creative person. Up until now, I really love working with them. And if I have time, binibisita ko din sila. Ganun ko nagustuhan yung work ko sa Canon. Hindi lang siya for the money, hindi lang siya for the benefit of like having or experiencing the camera firsthand. Hindi siya ganun. What I love is how we conceptualize things and how we execute things and how it builds me to be a better person. which is currently what I am today. So now, after I resigned back then nung May, ilan na ba? May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So December yun napapanood eh. But today is November 1. It's almost 7 months na pagtatrabaho sa business namin together with my wife. I think okay naman. We're thriving. Our financial goals are being met. Actually, third month, fourth month, we've met already. Though receivables yung iba doon, but I think in terms of paper, in terms of like our tracking, more than enough yung financial goal na inaasam namin nung time na yon. And even right now, I'm hoping November and December magkaroon kami ng enough clients also to fulfill our needs as a business. So, syempre, magre-renew kami next year and maraming documents na kailangan, tax. So, yan, maraming bayarin din in terms of business matters. Ina-anticipate na namin yan as early as now, even as early as third quarter. Now is really productive. I'm really learning a lot from different people, different walks of life. I'm enjoying it kasi hindi naman ako araw-araw nasa office. Hindi rin ako araw-araw na may trabaho. So may mga time na I need to do marketing. I need to improve myself as like me, as personally, as a creative guy. I need to feed my passion. So I need to like organize those things in a 30-day calendar. Na-enjoy ko siya. And I enjoyed meeting a lot of people. I enjoyed learning from them. Shout out to Direct Paulo Ruiz. Shout out to Kambal, Stellar Story, Direct Emon, Direct Egay. Thank you for the assistance last time. Si Direct Dax. Marami pang iba. Non-light team, thank you for the support. I'm using my Pavo tubes right now. It's just a 2-light setup. One in front of me and one at my back. I think that's how things work right now. And next thing on our podcast right now is my prayers in the future. So my prayer is just really to be well guided by a lot of people. I know God will send instrument to us para maayos natin yung business natin, para ma-sustain din natin yung operation ng business natin. Kasi right now, I'm really thankful, I'm really blessed that we've met the things that we've set for the business. But there's really like challenges that din naman along the way. But I know God is really guiding us in handling this business. And mas marami pa kami matutunan at matulungan sa pag-handle ng business, sa mga tao, matulungan in terms of like my fellow creatives na maiangat din sa buhay. Kasi syempre, hindi lang naman tayo yung dapat umaangat eh. Hindi lang in terms of wealth eh, in terms of learnings. So, goal din natin na makatulong sa kanila in a way na kung may kailangan silang advices, hindi lang money, matulungan din natin. That's why I'm creating this podcast para may avenue tayo to do that. Tapos, yeah, to do more like CSR. And na-realize ko nga, hindi ka makapag-CSR kapag naghahabol ka ng kita. So, sana mas maging enough pa yung kita namin para makapag CSR pa kami ng lubusan. And may prayers din ako na sana matuloy yung mga partnership natin with different organization and ma-providean sila ng proper video materials for them to really promote what they're advocating. So, yun yung mga prayers natin ngayon. And sana patuloy, Lord, na makakain yung pamilya namin ng 3 times a day. And this goal, di lang tayo, kundi yung fellow creatives natin, sana ganun din. So, that's all for this podcast. And I hope it's not that emotional. That's how, I'm just really thankful for everything that we had. And sana, pag napakinggan nyo to, it's not about boasting something, but I want you guys to get that you really don't need to be like fully pledged something or fully pledged dun sa dream mo. Yung mga mapapagdaanan mo along the way is ma-realize mo, binibuild ka pala ng Lord papunta dun sa pinangarap mo noong una. Kala mo detour siya, kala mo na liligaw ka na. Yun yung nauna ko na-feel eh. Naliligaw ako, parang hindi ko alam kung bakit ako nandito. And eventually, ngayon, sabi ko, it makes sense. And and I'm really thankful. I'm forever grateful. So I think that's all for this podcast, and I hope na may natutunan kayo. And if nagustuhan niyo tong podcast na to, don't forget to click the follow or subscribe wherever you're listening to, sa Spotify man or sa YouTube. So that's all for today's episode of the Process and Progress podcast together with me, Jeff Geronimo. So see you on our next one.